You know, Barbados. This is Vic. Let's look at the perception of duty, honor, and country. Duty to our constituents, to our to our communities. Honor to Barbados and those who have gone before us. You know, the ancestors, those on whose backs we stand. Country. Bimsha, aquamarine and gold, pride and industry. Duty, honor, country. When you go to Parliament on Tuesdays, parliamentarians, you should go there buoyed by the thought that you're going there to be meaningful to your constituents and to Barbados, to have robust debate and to have parliamentary groups working together to solve the crises that exist among Barbadians of all hues, of all religiosities. You know, it doesn't matter. You are there for a purpose, and that purpose unites you, not divides you. You should be willing to walk across the aisle and shake someone's hand and to sit with that person for a period of time to solve the issues of Barbadians for the good of Barbados. Today, politicians are too hurried. Too much to do, too many places to go. You're not rock stars. Mia Motley, you don't need rock stars. You need people who are going to roll up their sleeves. I would prefer to see them come in tennis shoes or with a pair of tennis shoes to include yourself, sitting there by you, that you're ready to hit the pavement and pound the pavement, boots on the ground, solving the issues that face the people of Barbados. There shouldn't be no absentee politicians in Barbados at all. People not showing up in the House of Assembly except for family emergencies, deaths, sickness. You should be there every session, ready to contribute. And you should be keeping score and tab on politicians who are coming with ideas to solve the problems that plague the people of Barbados. Madam Prime Minister, we have got too much absenteeism, intellectual and political absenteeism in the House of Assembly, lack of robust debate. I keep harmonizing on that issue because it is a real issue and it's hurting Barbados across the board. So when you come, you should come to work, not lollygag, not play around, fool around. You should come there ready, willing, and able. You know, if you're not able to stand to the task of working for your constituency and for the constituents, then you should demit your positions. It is best that you do that and let people who are fit for duty, able to do the work that's necessary of duly elected parliamentarians, let them do the job. Where we stand right now, we stand looking at what seems to be untenable. It is made untenable because we lack the hubris, the gall to face what stands before us and to dismantle it, to deal with it. When we're able to deal with it, at least talk about it, we know that there is a problem and that we need to fix that problem. We need to solve the problem that stands before us as politicians. It's not being done. So, Madam Prime Minister, you should be keeping score. You and the leader of the government's business in the House, Deputy Prime Minister Bradshaw. If you have people hiding out in the back of Parliament, seated parliamentarians hiding out, you need to call them out. Where's your uh, um, contribution to the debate process. You have a brain um, parliamentarian. You were elected, so the people felt like you were the better or the best candidate to be in the House of Assembly in Barbados, and they elected you, and yet you continuously hide out behind whatever. Parliament on Tuesdays is not a place for socialization and eating some good food. It is a place for strong, meaningful debate, ideas. It is an idea incubator. And if that incubation of ideas serve right, then legislation come about. We should be having meaningful debate on crime, on the death penalty and corporal punishment. Prime Minister, we should be having ideas on the maximizing of DODs. It should be a maximum security prison completely. People who face misdemeanor issues should not, Madam Prime Minister, be at DODs. So we need to build halfway houses or pre-releases, and we have to look seriously at sentencing guidelines to give the judges the opportunity to make decisions to sentence based on what the legislative arm has given to them. Pre-releases, halfway houses, Madam Prime Minister, Mr. Attorney General, is where we need to start looking. Yes, it's going to cost some money to build them, but we want to habilitate and, if possible, rehabilitate and save on situations of recidivism. So, how do you get to that? Like I suggested, pre releases, halfway houses, and the maximization of a penal colony. In other words, Dodge shouldn't be a place where prisoners go and are comfortable. The most uncomfortable place in Barbados should be Dodge. It should be uncomfortable because prisoners should not want to return to it. And how it is managed should be strict. People hired in there should have the character to carry out the duties required of them as far as people being sentenced under humane sentencing guidelines. We got work to do. And people are wasting time, and days are going by, weeks are going by, months and years. We're talking much about nothing, right? A lot of you are sitting around, cajoling each other, stroking each other's egos and maybe other things too, and not doing your due diligence to make sure that the people of Barbados are best served. Best served by your ideas, by your methodologies, and that you're in the know. You can't be in the know if you're not boots on the ground, sleeves rolled up, ready to feel what the people feel, which is the heat, the temperature, the pulses of Barbados. You have to be willing to do that. When you're willing to do that, now we have a conversation going. We have something brewing, some place from which we can work. It's all about ideas. It's all about working together in solidarity. Prime Minister, I wish you and your Attorney General will start with sentencing guidelines. Um, Misdemeanor, lower level crimes shouldn't be mixed in with DODs. DODs should be a maximum security prison across the board. Across the board. It should be made uncomfortable to stay there uncomfortable. The conditions there should be humane, but it shouldn't be a five-star hotel, Madam Prime Minister. Let's get that out of the way quickly. And this foolishness in comparing and talking about Singapore. Lee Kuan Yew was in a class of politicians when he was at the London School of Economics, pretty much like you. I know you know your history, Madam Prime Minister. He was willing to make tough decisions for Singapore. Are you willing to make tough decisions for Barbados? Are you willing to bite your teeth, Madam Prime Minister, knuckle down and do what's right for the people of Barbados? Right, Madam Prime Minister, RIGHT, right, is an abstract thought that proves nothing. You could be right on one end and wrong on the next, and vice versa. But we must be willing to stand tall, act within our own compulsions and belief systems. I offer to you that change can be made. Who dares to make that change? If not us, and if not you, then who and when?
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.